live. Just gonna go over to YouTube Studio real quick and set up all the essentials for the live stream. Really quickly. Like thumbnail, all that jazz. Let that go for a second. Gotta have those tags, gotta have proper description. Get them Sonic Frontiers tags, keywords. And all these. Bam. Now we just send out a link. Easy to buy. Alright, everything seems to be all fine and dandy, it looks like. It's appropriate that we start, although I want to get some people in here first and foremost. Gaming indeed. We are about to game with Sonic Frontiers. I guess it's appropriate to start now. Normal, high-speed action, of course. Now, when I was trying to get this to work last night, which was a pain in the ass, I wouldn't say it's peak. It's good, but like, I personally think that the peak moments are like the Titan boss fights, which are understandable. Cutscenes are really good in this game. Voice direction as well. Probably the best the modern cast has done. Hello.
Uploading AI program now.
That's understandable. I mean, if you like it, more power to you. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, you saw us from Twitter? Well, I'm doing all right.
It's all coming online.
I've been trying to get this to work since yesterday, but that was a doozy. That was a pain in the fucking ass. I mean, I did like a little stream, I guess, like a test stream on Twitter or on Twitch, but none of my viewer base is there, so I was like, what's the point?
No!
And now, good old Aibo is being sucked in by Rei Ayanami into my virtual escape world. Yeah, I honestly agree with that. Like, I was talking about this in my Unleashed is better than Frontiers thread, but
How exciting!
there's more
Track the Chaos Emeralds here, right?
memorable moments I can recount from Unleashed compared to Frontiers. The only ones I can really recount off the top of my head in Frontiers is a part in the end of the game. The part where Sonic is limping along to shut down the last tower on Rhea Island. Not saying a word, but he's still limping along and smirking even though he's literally dying. Like, he's just that guy. And that's the Sonic I know. So there's one moment, but there's a lot of moments like the No Reason cutscene with the Werehog. And with the Werehog and Chip and Adabat. Or the opening cutscene when Sonic meets Chip. So many memorable parts. The Egg Dragoon cutscene where the Werehog fucking does all those cool tricks on his way down. That was a cool ass moment. I mean, yeah. Like, they're very obviously going for different things, which is understandable. Also, can I just say that the control of Mega Dash, the controls of cyberspace are even worse than Forces. Like, I don't know what Kishimoto was cooking with us. Because it is not good. And we are gonna rerun that because I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this sort of shit. Oh, nothing happened, or at least from what I recount. I mean, my controller died for a second, but also the cord connecting to it is like less than an inch long. Or less than a foot long, so it's really annoying. Get in the way of cyberspace gameplay. That's probably going to appear on screen. Oh, another thing I hate about cyberspace, you can't run into enemies like previous Moose games. Oh yeah, it's fighting for its life right now. No doubt. Again? Damn. I missed it by 99 seconds. Milliseconds. One more time, I promise. Ideally, in my head, after I was done with, that's perfectly fine, James. Don't worry about it. I kinda did this late. But I would like to do more of these in the future. This is the first time I've done a YouTube stream. So it's like all new territory for this shit. I did it again! Yeah, I mean, I would say go for it. I have a little bit of game design experience. It's, I have my own Sonic fan game in development, but it goes like in a... Okay, yeah, we're not gonna speedrun this. I'll come back to this, because I could definitely do it. But, yeah, I'd say go for it. I think Sonic has a lot of design philosophies and ideas and concepts that could be really well executed by other people. There's been a lot of creative works that have come out of the Sonic community. Yeah, no, I agree, Vinny. Loud ass PS4. But yeah, I mean, I'd go for it. There are a lot of cool fan works in the community, like Sonic GT, Project 06, Utopia, Fallen Star, Roboblast 2, which is, I would say, the main one. I'd give it a go.
Tails? Amy?
Yeah, it's loud. But to also be fair, it's running a 2022 game on
Looks like I'm the only
a
one who made it out of that.
2014 device.
Whatever it was.
Mortal,
I can literally hear it out of my headphones. That's crazy.
you have done the impossible. You have escaped cyberspace through your own power. You are the key.
Key, huh? Sure beats being called a rodent.
Whenever
You
Sonic
saying I
says
can
that
rescue my
line in this
friends?
cutscene, it always sticks out to me
Find
because
the
it
Chaos
sounds so
Islands.
off.
Destroy the Titans. Tear down the walls.
I've always thought
between
it came out in 2014.
Yeah, okay, sure. How about a little context? Hello?
With dense open locations that feel lively with a moveset based on
Oh
player
well.
expression.
Some direction is better than none. Here
Yeah,
we
I
go.
mean, I'd say that's pretty good. If it were up to me, what I would do is I would go for something like what Adventure was doing with its hub worlds, like Station Square, and I would just kind of try and expand upon that. I liked how I think the hub worlds are more lively and more just atmospheric and Unleash, but I liked how the moveset in Adventure 1's levels and hub worlds were the exact same. And if they were to ever bring back hub worlds, I think that that's what they should do. Now, there's one thing I've definitely critiqued Frontiers about on Twitter. It is the lack of any real meaningful physics. Where there's a moderate open world connecting to linear levels or small open zones. Yeah, I mean, that sounds pretty solid, honestly. it kind of, in a way, also feels like a similar approach to the Adventure Hub worlds, because usually, like, say for example, the beach area or the pool area of Station Square, it connects into Emerald Coast, but there's obviously a transition or loading screen due to console limitations at the time. But I feel like if you were to do that today in a hypothetical Adventure remake, you could just transition right into the level without any load times. I definitely think that the open zone formula would be very interesting to see with Adventure. And I kind of hope that they do that, because I think that an Adventure remake is inevitable. It's just when it's going to happen. I am doing good, Battle. I am doing good. We are in this shit. Finally. After so much fucking stress of trying to get this to work. Boom. And we got it. Another thing I don't like about Frontiers either is how you can just hold the parry for like a long period of time. Sonic just sits there in the air. It makes enemies in the air very piss easy. I mean, it's useful, but like, I feel like combat would be more engaging if you had to time it correctly. Yeah, that's understandable. It is late after all, but it's the only time it's kind of really quiet. That does sound pretty cool. Sonic has definitely always tried to lean into very appealing spectacle. And they can do that too. Like, I just wish that they'll like try more. Because Sonic has like a very interesting and intriguing world. I just wish that they pushed the art design and direction just a little bit more. Like, Frontiers looks nice, but it's just ultra realism, and that's why I think a game like Unleash ages so gracefully, because of art direction. I think that visually that game's art direction is its strongest suit. Like, I feel like Frontiers is gonna age quite a bit in the next few years. Yeah, it runs its course. I wish that they didn't automate loops, because when they do that properly, it's pretty fun. Green Hill Paradise Act 2 comes to mind. I could definitely see that. I think one step to that would be to do less automation. When it comes to Sonic 5, it depends. I mean, I have my reasons to believe it's real, because it's been discussed a lot since like 2021, I think. So I could definitely see it being real, but at the same time, it's also a bit risky because Sonic Team hasn't developed a 2D game
Return to the digital
since,
dimension again.
in-house at least, since I think Chaotix.
Use that
So I'd be
gear
interested to
bridge
see what
the
they
gap
do, but I don't want
between
2D
dimensions.
boost gameplay to kind of ruin the whole thing. Yeah, I agree. I don't know why there is so much automation in Frontiers, because you could get through a lot of the open zone just fine without it, but it's just there for no reason. I also wish that set pieces, like platforming and all that, I wish that it blended into the world more, the environment instead of just being there. Like, that rail over there looks like it was just drawn in MS Paint. Like, there was no thought put into it, they just kind of just plop shit around. Yeah, Dimps developed the advanced games. So, like, they literally haven't developed one since Chaotix, and most of that team is gone. And Sonic Team isn't even big anymore, mind you, either. All Sonic Team members after 1996 know how to do his dash pad, 2D section, boost, no momentum or physics. I'd like to have faith in them though. I mean, to be honest with you, after Frontiers, I've been really itching for a new 2D game.
It is not enough to make the connection.
That would be pretty dope. Sonic going against like
One
these
year will not
fucking
suffice.
huge ass fucking enemies is always so raw. Like, that's where the peak part of Frontiers comes from. Because the game is literally Sonic fighting Evangelion angels, and that's fucking sick. I'd like to have a little bit of confidence, but I am definitely worried. At the same time, though, if you were to say that on Sonic Twitter, you'd be eaten alive, so there's really no winning there. A lot of my tweets are blowing up lately, and they are not all positive, so I'll probably, like, on Sonic Twitter's hit list now. I just say what's on my mind.
Use the gear as you have done before.
Yeah, literally the fucking enemies, like the Titans of Frontiers, look like Elder Records. The fucking Sonic just does not fucking care. This is a cool part of the open zone. How you can just, like, sometimes just go off of things, and Sonic just fucking does, like, tricks. I wonder how this would go with, oh yeah, I have to do this. I wonder how that would go with momentum and physics. The Titan fights are definitely some of the most, like, rawest parts of the series, no doubt. Especially Giganto. That shit's fucking... I had goosebumps when that first appeared. They revealed the song and all that like a couple of weeks before launch, but I purposely didn't listen to it because I wanted to be surprised, and that was such a good idea. Oh yeah, I saw in the storybook server that you were writing a plot to a Sonic game. Sounds good so far. Oh yeah. If they really went hard on the animation, it would have been even better. I don't really know the reasoning why they made the second stage of the game so, like, why doesn't the magnet dash work there? I don't know why they made this one the hardest to S rank. Music is good though. Yeah, honestly, if there's one addition I like about modern games, it's definitely red star rings. I think that there's good incentive to get them. Nope, restart that. There's definitely good incentive to get them. So I do hope that they're in Sonic 5. They're in Sonic Between Worlds, by the way. I'm conflicted on if it's the animators or if it's the Sonic model itself, because they've been using variations of this model since 2005. It first appeared in Shadow the Hedgehog, and then it got reworked for Unleashed when Marsden got their hands on it. Fucker. Yeah, because I've heard stories about how the current models are hard to animate because of their rig. Specifically in the eyebrows. I think we could really use new models, preferably more closer in line to Yuakawa's artwork. That doesn't have to be like Adventure era Yuakawa, it could be like his current angular stuff. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. Oh, shit! I love trying to speedrun this stage. Boost-wise, yeah, I mean, as much as I love Unleashed to death, Boost Sonic-wise, Generations is very, very solid. I don't think that there are more polished 3D Sonic games than Unleashed Generations. Those are the closest that Sonic has ever gotten to a AAA experience. God, those games are so good. And I don't even know if we'll even get games like that again. I mean, maybe. Mostly it looks because the anime a bad judging by fan animation. The in-game animation is awesome. That's true. I just think that we're due for a new model. Because there's no reason why we should still be using this model 15 years later. Not even 15 years later, it's like 16. I think the model has a part in why Sonic doesn't really feel on the same level as his contemporaries, like Zelda and Mario, and even Crash. Like, Crash isn't really as big as Sonic, but his games are very stylized. S-Ring, baby. Yeah, I agree with that battle. Black Knight is fucking beautiful in its story. See, you would feel like they would take advantage of stylization because Sonic has one of the best character designs of all time. And I'm not even exaggerating on that. Like, he's up there with Mickey Mouse, no doubt. Like, there was a point in time where Sonic was more recognizable than Mickey Mouse at one point in time. But they just don't do anything with it, and I don't understand that. I mean, look at this guy. He's beautiful. So why don't they just do anything with it? You see, if I were art director of Sonic Team, I would personally tell the staff to just go all the fuck out with the art. Like, sacrifice a baby to get the best art direction possible. Personally, that is just what I would do. Because I don't feel like the Marsden models have the sauce to them. They don't have that sauce. Oh yeah, that's definitely intentional battle. Frontiers has lots of parallels to Evangelion. And me being the Evangelion nerd that I am, I'm gonna point them out as we go through the game. Because that's just how I am. And I love, while not a perfect game, or an amazing one in my opinion, I love that we live in a time where we have Evangelion-inspired Sonic games. I think that's really fucking cool. I think, like, at the time, they were pretty good. But I only think that they worked for Unleashed. Because the art direction was stylized around that character model. It's like if you were to put this Sonic, right? If you were to put him in front of like an anime human, it wouldn't really look right. I mean, you kind of already see it with Sage, but it looks a bit off. I do think that they did make the model look passable in Frontiers, because this model looks fucking ass in Forces. Yeah, definitely, just me personally, if I were art director, stylized as I said earlier, but I would definitely lean into the art style of the classics because I loved how surreal it was. I would do. Give it like there's like a bit of bias there, but I would go for Evangelion or Kill la Kill styled humans, or maybe Lupin the Third. I've never seen Lupin the Third, but their art style is wacky enough for Sonic, and it helps that Marza has worked on the recent Lupin the Third movie. Yeah, that's really cool, and it makes sense that Sonic has Evangelion influence in places. Because Sega is very tied to Evangelion, and not a lot of people know that. They were producers on the original series, and they still produce merchandise to this day. Like, there's a Sega Saturn in one of the episodes, Asuka's playing it at Hikari's house. And there are a few exclusive Saturn Eva games that are kind of like mini episodes. Like, they're voice acted and everything, but only in Japanese. Would have been really cool if there was like English voice over one. I don't even care if it's the ADV dub, and I don't even like the ADV dub that much, but I would still buy it, no doubt. Okay, parry didn't work there. Oh my god, yeah, that was actually really funny, because you see, you see the Sega logo, and then it immediately jump cuts to Shinji in the hospital with Asuka comatose. And that's one hell of a way to start a movie, especially if you have like Sega involved. Yeah, that would be a goated style. Look at these little guys. I like how they just dance. Like, they just appear sometimes, like they just phase into reality and they start dancing. It's like Sonic is having, it's like Sonic is schizophrenic. Cause like, I'll move away and they'll disappear again if I go idle. I actually own the Ava manga. Only the first few, I think it's volume 1 with the first few chapters. I haven't really gotten much into it, and I don't understand why, because I was really excited to get it, but the art style is fucking amazing, and I like that the story deviates a bit from the anime. You just chilling here. I wonder if there's gonna be more Ava influence in the new story for Update 3. Because Update 3 is going to be adding a lot. So is Update 2. So in the new story, if they're going to add new story elements, I wonder what that's going to entail. Because I read earlier that apparently Kronos Island is getting tweaked. And a new ending is likely possible. I'll have to look into that. He just shakes her awake. I mean, at least you could argue that a manga Shinji is objectively a better person than mainline Shinji. I still don't understand his thought process there. He was just like, oh look, she's in a coma after going through a mental breakdown. Let me rub one out real quick. I've been reading this fan story. It's called Evangelion, You're Not at Fault. And it's probably the best Evangelion fan story I've read yet. Basically it takes place post Third Impact, and they all come back. But Shinji, after getting into a coma after trying to hide from Asuka, he falls into a coma himself, and like a good beginning half of the story is trying to wake him up. But he's scared of her because he doesn't want to bring up what happened at the hospital. Yeah, it's not something anyone's proud of, but yeah, Shinji did the deed on Asuka in the hospital, as he proceeds to say right after how fucked up he is. Or if we're going by the Netflix stuff, how he is the lowest of the low. I don't really understand the thought process behind why. Especially when you consider that they're like 14. I don't understand why. But they did that. God, End of Evangelion... I stutter sometimes. End of Evangelion is such a good movie. I mean, aside from that part, like, from an objectivity standpoint, I think it's really fucking good. Like, sound design, everything. There's probably a reason. I just never really looked into why.
Is that you?
Oh look, Battle, there's Ray Ayanami right there.
Is someone here? Help me!
Hang on. Maybe messing with the ruins will fix things.
Everyone else sounds good in this game. Like, voice direction wise, and then there's Amy. Actually, in that story I was talking about, they actually let Rey become more human after she comes back. After Lilith sends her back. And it's very interesting to see her develop actual emotion. because I feel like that's where Rey in the actual series was moving towards until, you know. Okay, we're going right into cyberspace. I honestly think my favorite variants of cyberspace are the 2D levels for some reason. Oh, what is going on with my stream? Oh, it's on 480p. That's weird. Uh, for some reason, cyberspace, when you like really get it down, it flows nicely. Whoa, what was that? Yeah, my stream like buzzed out for a second. I gotta look into that actually, right in the manga, because I think that's a really interesting angle of her character. I've heard a lot of good about the manga, how it gives backstory. So like a lot of characters, like for example, Kaji gets some backstory. Which is cool because Kaji was kind of always a favorite because he's probably the most stable character in Eva. That's the main character. That's Doll. How does the stream look, by the way? I think I just reset cyberspace by accident. It looks pretty good. I have it on my MacBook over here. It's just whenever it says PS4 better low, there's like this black square that appears on the YouTube side. Oh, I do not like Mari. She was like the exact reason I didn't want to watch the rebuilds, because she doesn't feel like she fits thematically with the rest of the cast. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I hate her, but I don't like her. Like every scene she was in, it just felt like she was pulling it down. I thought I would hate Misato's interpretation in Rebuild because of how they take her 3.0 in Thrice Upon a Time, but
I've employed similar constructs in my own systems.
I was proven wrong.
This is much
Thrice Upon a
more
Time is
advanced.
probably near End of Evangelion for me.
Note to self, don't admit that to
Like, I really like how it ties it all together, and it
The
makes
amount
up
of
for
data stored
3.0.
here defies quantification.
God, I love Eggman's goofy-ass proportions.
But it won't stop me from trying.
Yeah, she appears in the manga, I'm pretty sure. And they just decided to add her because funny. Oh, yeah, sometimes I need to get a bigger charging cord for this. Watch your tone, motherfucker. Yeah, and they elaborate on that in Rebuild, but that whole thing is so weird because they end up together in the end. but she's older than Shinji, and she was friends with you. So why in God's name are they together? You see, if it were up to me, I would have added that girl from Girlfriend of Steel instead. I think that would have been more acceptable. Oh, hey, Edward. It's nice to see you here.
Sonic, are you alright?
Me?
Yeah, that
You're
would
the
have
one
been
who's
cool.
only half
I
here.
feel like that's one. I
I feel
feel
fine, but that energy that was holding
it
me
played a
doesn't
lot,
belong to you.
but
I've been
Unleashed did
infused
good
with
with
weird
that.
zappy stuff before.
I actually really like the
Besides,
Werehog battle
I feel like
theme.
it gave me some kind of boost.
I'm not an expert on it either, but if you told me to explain all of Evangelion through all of the interpretations, I could not tell you all of it.
Good call.
All I
Scout
know
around and
is that in
find you
Girlfriend
later.
of Steel,
Deal?
this girl really likes Shinji.
Deal. Be
And
careful.
there's an ending where they get together, and there's an ending
Where's
where
the
she
fun in
leaves.
that?
But from what I've seen, she has better chemistry with Shinji than Mari did.
You are the key.
Her and Shinji don't even really talk in Rebuild throughout all of it. I don't know, just a really weird decision. But then it's also like, who would you pair him with if you don't have the girl from Girlfriend of Steel? Because there's no way him and Asuka are compatible. I'd say I'm doing okay. Life's been the best it's been in a while, actually. I am not fighting him right now. Actually, maybe I will. Even shipping him a Ray is weird because she's a clone of Yui. She actually is very protective of Shinji and that you are not at fault, manga or fanfiction. Yeah, I think on my in like my Twitter comments. I mean, I see you around like in general, but I remember you specifically a lot of the time, Edward, from when I was doing Sonic X Kill la Kill. And I think I remember you really liked it, if memory serves me correct. Yeah, this is what I mean with the parry. You could just hold it like this, like it makes Ashura like not really a challenge. And in there, yeah, you get the gear. I do want to do Sonic X Kill la Kill again sometime, but I just haven't had the motivation to really do artwork, like for like a comic or a manga. It's why the novel for MV2 was coming first before the manga. Because I wanna brush up on all that before drawing a full-scale story. It does. I remember one of the early Frontiers things, it was called Rangers, it was talking about how Infinite's theme played at one of the bosses. Remember when the Ghost Girl rumor was so strong too, but I think they just misinterpreted Sage for... I thought that they had the balls to bring back La from Night of the Werehog, which I would have accepted. KF's not gonna lie, When they initially teased the end with that render of Sonic looking up at the moon, I honestly thought they were gonna pull some end of Evangelion shit. They didn't, but that would have been pretty cool. There we go, watch. There's gonna be
Whoa!
references coming up. I don't think that we're gonna get to Giganto tonight, but
I guess that's one of the Titans keeping Amy trapped.
we're gonna try and get through as much as we can. I kind of want to make this a normal thing.
Whoa!
You leave immediately.
Where'd you come from? Are you trapped too?
I think
Do not
multiple. I
approach
think
the
multiple
Titan.
endings, like about 3 at most.
Sorry, kid, but I've got a job to do.
If we are fortunate, we can
Frontiers feels like a
destroy
game that would have had multiple endings. Kind of hope that they do something like that for update 3. I've only played a few stages of Shadow, but I didn't hate it. It kind of just reminded me of more linear Heroes. That's true. Pretty sure Eggman like fucking dies or whatever the karate chop to his head from Shadow. This part, see, it's fucking right there. Right there was a fucking Evangelion. When Unit 1 has Kawaru captive with his hand. I've been writing it on the side for practice because I'm a rookie writer. I haven't really worked on it in a while, but I'm kind of writing a mini My Virtual Escape and Ava crossover just to hone my writing skills a little bit. Because I think Isaac could be interesting in that setting, considering they're
Okay.
angsty teenagers all over
Taking
the
that thing
place.
down the
He is
traditional
also
way.
an angsty
I'm
teenager.
gonna need the Chaos Emeralds.
You would not get along with
Maybe a
Asuka,
little bit
I'll
of
tell you
luck.
that right now. What do you mean by 076? I feel like I'm missing a crucial part of the Shadow the Hedgehog experience. See, ever since I got this game on PS4, I don't even really focus on the fucking objectives. I just fucking run around because it's fun. Path 076326. I gotta play through Shadow one of these days. Like full on to end. I haven't really beaten many Sonic games. Only Frontiers, Sonic 1, 2, 3. Almost SA2 until fucking the Dreamcast decided to fuck me over. There's like this one bug in there's like this one bug on the Dreamcast release. It's in first release copies, and I have the 10th anniversary birthday pack, so first release, and are you seriously doing that? I feel bad for you, dude. I can't do that. I kill myself before that. See, they're appearing again. They're like Sonic's like delusions. I remember one time as soon as I got the game, I went to go find Coco. Like I went over to them and I like did this. And Azul did not like that. Chow better. So is it like an everyday process, or you just, you're like, okay, another day, another ending of Shadow the Hedgehog to complete? Because to be honest with you, I can't do that. I don't know why, there's just something about some Sonic games that are just, it makes you like not want to beat them. Multiple endings is something I would definitely like to see again now. She's literally a hologram, why can't you just go through her? Oh, what's the mission? Last time I played Shadow the Hedgehog mission was the Charmy one. I really like this game's atmosphere. Hi Marshall, what did the cat do? I love Marshall. Marshall's the queen. But we don't have skills, so I look lame as fuck. I love this track. Okay. I didn't know that about Shadow the Hedgehog. I knew that they said damn every once in a while, but not that. Hey Marshall, wakey wakey, it's time for Sonic Frontier stream, wakey wakey. I gotta get a PlayStation camera so I can have face cam, because apparently you can't actually use a USB face cam, which I think is stupid. Because if so, we would be having face cam, and we would be having Marshall on stream right now. Marshall's my cat, he's awesome. He's kinda like Garfield if he had Thermal's colors. Ain't that right, Marshall? Aren't you the GOAT? The GOAT! Okay, Marshall, I see how it is. Air tricks, definitely. There we go. I'm conflicted on if my favorite air tricks in the series are Generations or Frontiers. I wouldn't say that it's a bad idea, actually. Like, as long as you burn it properly, you should be good. My copy of SA1 is an official copy, but I have one official copy of SA2 and one burned copy of SA2. The Dreamcast is copyright. The Dreamcast's piracy protection is very ass. Like I guarantee you that most Dreamcast owners, like half of their library is just burned games. There we go. Now we have some sauce. I think Frontiers has my favorite aesthetics for objects, like this pulley and the dash rings. Second favorite would probably be 06. The disc loads the game. Sonic started with the game either freezes or after he chases the conquerors to start. Yeah, that's definitely a maybe it's your it could be the disc, but I would try and like look into your Dreamcast disk drive. I've never really had a situation like that before. I like how they just dance. This isn't a place to dance in. You guys are fucking like dead. That's likely it then. How much did you pay for your copy of Adventure 1? Because they should, so nowadays, maybe. Actually, no, I'm not acknowledging the absurd prices of retro game collecting. It's fucking ridiculous out there, dude. Especially like for fucking Game Boy games. I paid $80 for a cartridge version of Pokemon Red, which I think is fucking absurd. Yeah, honestly, I would just burn it at that point. You'll get the same experience either way, you just won't have the cool artwork on it. However... Oh, that was weird. However, I would suggest that you burn a boot disk as well, because you need that in order to bypass the security. I have this really funny one where there's like this 3D moves and it like spins on the screen. I think he's very funny looking. That was nice of him. I'd either buy a new copy or... Oh shit, we got Kingdom Valley. This is perfect. I'd either buy a new copy or I would just burn it. I think that's the easier route. I also forget that X on PlayStation. My train of thought is lost. That's not bad. I remember when I first got my Dreamcast, I asked for it for my 10th birthday, and it came with Sonic Adventure, and it was like a 140, 120 maybe. I can't really recall. Hold on, not yet. Not yet. Okay, now we go. Now we're gaming. We are gaming now. Let's actually get that power boost in here. Now I won't be. Oh, that looks beautiful, actually. Look at that view. Sunset. This is beautiful. I saw that Twitter post. This is so weird. You could only do this. Like, your jump is like for some reason stunted if you try and like go fast. There's like some weird collision right here. which I have no idea why Sega decided to do that, but Sega hates fun, so I shouldn't be too surprised. I'm like running around as I'm trying to plug in my cord. Wrong way. Wait, not wrong way, it's just... There we go. What the fuck? I am going to make sure that this cord charges all night. So we can really get into it. Yeah, I think the first Frontier stream is just gonna be just us just fucking around in the open zone. Do like a few story things. But next streams are really gonna get into it. I wanna try and get the full game done. I am not looking forward to fucking pinball though. Chaos Island. I'd be wary because I've heard similar stories about Luki games that kind of line up to what people say about DK oldies. I think you could definitely get the game for a better price as like complete. But that's just my opinion. I mean, I think $30 maybe. What the fuck was that? He was like stunted. Go up. There we go. Sand Oasis, this is your cube battle. You gotta rep the storybook team. Sand Oasis goes so fucking hard. Like, honest to God, one of the best themes of the fucking series. What an introduction for Sonic on the Wii. Only if the game were good. Black Knight, however, is a good game. This song is so hard. Misty Lake is also good. Marshall baby, do you let the speed mend it? I like to think that he let the speed mend it. He's just that guy. You have the Mega Man. You have multiple copies of Mega Man Free on DOS? That's interesting. Here we go. I think out of my, out of the 2D cyberspace levels on Kronos, I think that this one's my favorite. Because when you really get the flow of it down, it's pretty nice. For Frontier's cyberspace standards, at least. It's basically Green Hill Act 1 from Sonic 1. I always fucking miss that. Oh, I didn't know that BioKiss came on a single floppy disk. Learn new things every day. Oh, fuck you. That was embarrassing. Get hit like that, but it is what it is. We already started that. Oh, that was actually a pretty cool save. Yeah, I honestly just realized that playing through it now. It literally is. You have this part at the end. I think the only differences are really the end section. S-rank, baby! Marshall, do you like my S-rank? Thank you, Marshall. I really appreciate your silence. I wonder how much more out of this we can get before we hit the hay. It's late, so like not many people are chilling on YouTube right now. I would do these streams earlier, but the TV in my bedroom is like ass. Like, trying to do anything, it starts flickering on off, so I have to wait till everybody goes to sleep so I can use the TV in the living room. Oh, what video was it? Stomp fucking skill ain't even working. There, he's fucking dead. He's dead. How? Wait, now this opens up. Talking about how freaking the stage was while using the beginning. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's the one stage that reuses Boris's layout. It was pretty interesting seeing like adventure level design with that control scheme. With the control scheme of Frontier's cyberspace. I honestly think the Skyrail one was pretty fun, not gonna lie. Stop following me. Stop it. Stop it. I don't want you. I don't want you. Go away. Where the fuck is the, how do I get out of here? Hold on. This thing won't stay in. You know what? That's it. Okay, fuck you. How do I get out? Oh, there it is. Why is this freaking so hidden? I'm pretty sure that there's a video that goes over the ones that we know. I think it's mainly just Unleashed, Generations, and Adventure 2 that cyberspace takes layouts from. Now this area, I think that this is meant to reference Gendo's office. And then the soldier enemy is those little Ava angels. It would be. I've always wanted a game that takes after the OVA. Like, it looks different on the surface from like everything else we've seen from series, and yeah, true. Squid! It does, but I think it's faithful in its own way to the classic games. It just goes through a slightly different approach. But yeah, I agree. Something like the OVA would have been awesome. I would totally love to explore a playable land in the sky. Oh yeah, I forgot how useless to drop that shit in this game. They are again. These guys. The guys. And for real, Squid back to go. chaotic sounds interesting in the OVA. I wonder how they'd fit into that continuity. It's funny how he says, let's do it to it. I've noticed that ever since Flynn has been like more of a mainstay, he's been adding Sete and references. I could see it. Are you talking about ADV or Netflix? I'm personally favorable to the Netflix cast. I feel like they fit the characters more than ADV, so that doesn't negate how good Spike Spencer and Tiffany Grant are. Yeah, I can see it. SBO's kind of always had like a deep voice like that. A deep and stern voice. It would have been cool if the OVA continued on and it was successful. And that was like the main Sonic anime verse. Like that's X would have been a season of the OVA, for example. That I'm not sure about. Actually, fun fact, Spike Spencer actually auditioned for the role of Gendo in the Netflix dub, but I don't know why it didn't happen. Because that would have been pretty meta in a good way. But yeah, I think the OVA would have been really cool to reimagine the games in for an anime. Like, I think an Adventure 1 and 2 adaptation in the OVA timeline would have been raw as fuck. Why does this cord keep on falling out? I'm not even really moving. Play very slowly. That sounds interesting. Maybe they'd have... Maybe you could do something with Sarah as well. No, Amy, I don't care. I want to talk to you right now. Maybe like... As they're racing for the emeralds, maybe Eggman decides to kidnap Sarah again. Because for some reason he really likes the 16-year-olds. I think that's how Sarah is. I can get them wrong. I don't think her age is ever specified actually. But she always gave off the vibe of being a teenager. You could argue she's probably a spoiled adult because her father is the president of the land of the sky. See, this is why I've always wanted to live stream. Because you can have some really interesting talks while you're just playing a game with your audience. It's really just kind of just me and you right now, but if I were to stream during the day, I bet I could get more people I'm bored and we could just fucking just chat about whatever. The people who were in here earlier, like, that was pretty cool to talk about how we would do an open zone Sonic game and that sort of stuff. Green. Well, it's always the Has anyone ever drawn Super OVA Sonic? Where are they? Oh, it's this fucker again. Why can't they get it? That is really stupid. Sarah up to her shenanigans once again. Being a wee bit silly. Just a wee bit silly. Finally, stomp attack. We needed that. I personally think that stomp attack is mandatory for Frontiers Combat. Yeah, it could probably be based off assumption. The last time I watched the OVA was a fan dub, a really solid fan dub, a couple years ago. I think in like 2020. Ooh, ow! Wow! Look at these. Yeah. I think that would be really hard. I heard that there's I saw this post recently. They were like, oh, the art designer of the OVA did this anime, but I don't think that they specified their name. But it'd be really hard to get in contact with them by it. That's even if they're on Twitter. I bet. The fan dub I watched was really solid. Though, in my opinion, Martin Burke's Sonic just gives it that pizzazz. I hear he does feeder nowadays, but I hope that we can find him. Somebody can like interview him or get him on a fan project. Yeah, that makes sense. The dub is more popular, if I were to assume, because of the memes. When I was in middle school, I think I was like 12. I think I did a fan dub of the Strange Isn't It scene. But I tried finding it earlier and it's definitely lost to time. It didn't sound good though. Okay, yeah, speedrunner-wise, this is one of my favorite cyberspace levels. For some reason, I cannot do Sonic's voice for the life of me. No matter what I do to try, I just can't. So I feel like when I was younger, I could do a okay Jaleel impression. I don't even want to attempt it now. I could try it real quick. That's no good. I used to always say that's no good in 6th grade. I like the rough raspiness of Jaleel's Sonic voice. I wonder what the games would be like had Jaleel stood on from Adventure. That's a weird timeline to think about. I once tried to commission Jaleel on Cameo, but I'm not paying $189 just to hear him recite Adventure lines without any preparation. Because when he is not prepared to do the voice, he does not sound good as Sonic. I think this is where we're gonna end it. 1 hour and 32 minutes isn't bad for a first stream, and there's been a lot of conversation. Isn't there, right? Alright, well, to battle and whoever watches this stream later, it's backed up. Thanks for a pretty chill first stream. This went better than I thought. I'm gonna watch it over a little bit after this, but that was pretty fun. I hope the streams after just become more eventful. Like, we get more people in here, and it gets more fun. Yada yada yada, but I got comfortable into the streaming style pretty quickly. Alright, man, you too. I'll talk to you some other time. I did not mean to do that. Alright. I'm Dplex, and I'll see you and everyone else in the next stream. Hopefully in the next few days. We'll try and complete Kronos.